back to the Catnip Podcast. My name is Grace and today is Monday, September 19th. This is a podcast about knitting, books, baking, cats, but most importantly knitting because that is what I love to do all day, every day. I have all the various social medias that you can follow me on. I have Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Ravelry. I'm most active on Instagram, so please go follow me over on there. I feel like I've been really active in my stories and not as much posting recently. So watch my stories. I also have show notes, so links to things that I will be talking about will be linked there. That is on my blog, so if you're on YouTube, the link to my blog will be down below, or if you're on my blog already, everything is already there. I also work at a yarn store. It is called Pearly Girls. It is in Spring, Texas, and I will leave all the various online shop, social media, all that kind of stuff linked, all the various places. If you would like to check us out either online or in person, that would be wonderful. It has been another 2 weeks and I have gotten a ton done, and we have some finished objects, one that I forgot to bring over, one that I can't show you because it's a secret, and some yarn acquisitions and upcoming plans or lack of plans for DFW Fiberfest that is happening this week, which is just amazing, and it's finally here. So we have a lot to talk about. My camera's fully charged this week and I'm back in front of the yarn wall, so that's good. We're back to our regularness, I guess. If you'd like to grab something tasty to drink, something to craft upon, something to snack upon, an animal to snuggle, laundry to fold, whatever you may be doing, hopefully it's a pleasant task. If not, I hope I can help you power through it. We're hydrating today. I had quite a fun weekend with some friends, but it was a lot of time outside in the sun and I'm feeling a little dehydrated, so we are hydrating today. But on the way home, because we all love Buc-ee's, which is a convenience rest stop type store, if you are unfamiliar with Buc-ee's, they have dark chocolate covered espresso beans, and I realize you can't. There we go. Now you can see it. I got a bag of those. That is how I'm caffeinating right now. It's very tasty. So we're hydrating and caffeinating with these little chocolate covered espresso beans. Anyway, you can do all those things. I have a snack and a drink today. It's great. Granted, that's my last one, so I'm almost done with them. You can do all those things, none of those things, whatever brings you joy, and you come back and join me for some crafty chat. Okay, everyone, where do we begin? Probably by going and getting the finished object so I can show it to you. I'll be right back. So, I have got my thing, but shall we share some information about my weekend? Let's do that a little bit before I start talking about knitting. We went to see some friends from college and friends that Sam grew up with in Austin, Texas this past weekend, and we all rented and split like a boat and went on Canyon Lake, and it was super fun. It was very, very sunny. Only got a little burned. Just a little bit though. Not too bad. And we went tubing. It was super fun. I got a lot of knitting done. It was just great to see everybody. It wasn't like a huge group of people, but it was just, yeah. A lot of knitting was done, a lot of laughs were had, very tired, but very happy, and just very grateful for good friends, you know, and the ability to go do stuff outdoors like that, because that was just really an absolute treat. It was just so much fun, and can't wait to see them again sometime soon, hopefully. So, I did finish this before this weekend, or this past weekend, so it was completely done and blocked. It's actually been done for a while. And I've procrastinated, or I did procrastinate on weaving in the ends and taking pictures, but you should have seen pictures by now on my Instagram, and that is my Current Mood shawl by Leslie Ann Robinson, or Knit Graffiti. That is her Instagram and design handle. She's from Corpus Christi, which is pretty cool. And I knit this as a sample for Heather of Heathered Handmaids, for her DFW Fiberfest booth, which is very exciting. This is her new base. It's got cashmere in it, and I believe she'll be having kits, so that is very exciting. If you are going, which is a whole other discussion that we'll have in just a moment, but if you're going, please stop by Heather's booth. She has made amazing things, and the space is just really so squishy. The dark teal is Be Teal My Heart. The gray is I have completely blanked on both of the names that I think it could be, and I am only thinking of the word opal, and it's not that. Graphite is one of them, I think. I apologize. It's a gray. I think she's going to be having kits. And then this lime green is Lime Sherbet, I believe. So, very exciting. It is so soft. I'm dropping this off to her this week, so it will be with her and ready to be displayed. I know she's had a bunch of sample knitters and crocheters to have her stuff made into wonderful, amazing things, so there will be a lot of just fun things to see in her booth, as will, I'm sure, everyone else will have fun things to see in their booth. So this is very exciting. This is Current Mood by Leslie Ann Robinson. Yarn is Heathered Handmaids. Go give it a squish at DFW if you are going to be there. Which, speaking of DFW, I will be there. I'm so excited. My mom will also be there, and my older sister will also be there as well. So if you have any interest in saying hello, I will have Catnip Podcast pins to hand out if you would like one. We can wave. I'll give you a hug, whatever. I'd love to meet you. I'd love to say hi. And that would just be really, really wonderful. And we'll just be wandering around. We will only be there on Friday. So, and we're just wandering around the marketplace. We are not, or the vendor hall or whatever it is. We're not taking any classes. I am flying to Dallas on Thursday, and we're hanging out. And then we're doing all the yarny goodness on Friday, and then we're hanging out on Saturday, and then I fly home on Sunday. So I am very excited. It's finally here. All this planning is now finally coming and happening, and it's very exciting. So do I have plans? Yes, I have a very sloppily written down list of patterns that I need to pull yardages and sizes and ideas for. Couldn't tell you where that list is right now, so I may need to make a new one, but it is what it is. Actually, I think I have a picture of that list if I can't find the actual list, so there is that. That is on my things to do list between now and when I leave, or maybe on Thursday even, because I know I can do it Thursday. Anyway, so let's just get right into the knitting. What have I been working on? Over the weekend, we're going out of order, not necessarily like what is am pulling the bag closest to me. I worked on my sock. I finished the gusset, and I worked on knitting the foot of my sock. This is the vanilla sock on 9-inch circulars by the Crazy Sock Lady, and the yarn is Morning Eggs by Mustache Yarn. The cuff, the heel, and the toe are just in a random gray mini skein that I have had laying around and I'm finally using, so that's nice. Yay for stash busting. I worked on this sock as we were driving to our boat lake excursion on Saturday, and it was just really great. And then I worked on it a couple times. I did have it with me on the boat just in case. I didn't know if we would like just be sitting around on the boat. That did not end up happening. We were in the water most of the time, which was super fun, but I did have it with me just in case, because it's always a sad day when you need your knitting and you don't have it. So I've just made just general progress on that. I probably will be bringing this with me, I think, to Dallas, because it's small and I can just knit around and knit around and knit around, and I'll probably get it done. But I don't know. I have to figure that out. That's another thing on my to-do list between now and Wednesday night. Next up, what I also worked on over the weekend is my Weekender Light. My Weekender Light by Andrea Mowry. If this color looks familiar, it's because it is. It was in my the current mood shawl. This is also BTO My Heart, but this is just Heather's regular sock base. This is a bottom-up pullover. We've got a split hem. If that is apparent, I don't know if you can see that, but there we go. Now we got a split hem. We have reverse stockinette stitch, so the purl bumps are on the outside, and then we have this slip stitch going up the middle, which is really great. And then these bands of ribbing and shoulder design up at the top. I've gotten all my decreases done, which is really great, and I have not measured this. Clearly I got a lot done over the weekend as well, because I'm pretty sure this little progress keeper is where I was last time I showed it to you. I could be wrong. I could have forgotten to move it, but I'm gonna say that it was, because then it makes it look like I did a lot, because I also did a lot. Because we have to prove ourselves, you know. We have to have proof. I'm loving this. I'm so excited to be able to wear this. I can't now. It's still too warm. Granted, the lows at night are getting cooler, so they're not like in the 80s. It's great. It may still feel very warm outside, but the lows are getting lower, like mid to low 70s. Very exciting. Who? The things we get excited about here. Loving this. Again, this is the Weekender Light by Andrea Mowry. I have made a regular worsted weight Weekender, would make another one in a heartbeat. I love this pattern so much, and it's just a good like everyday sweater, and it's a fun way. It's one of those fun sweaters that you can play around with the colors if you want to color block it. My worsted weight one is color blocked, so the bottom is like a darker pink. No, the bottom's a lighter pink, and then the rest of the top is a darker pink. I added thumb holes to my worsted weight one. Won't be doing that to this one, but you could stripe it and that would be super cool, or you could just like get some really fun yarn and you could let the yarn shine and all that fun stuff. So there's a lot of options and different ways that you could be creative with this sweater pattern. This is Living in a Rose and Seams bag by Elena. I love it. It is very springy and it's just very happy, and it has all the just beautiful springy colors and raindrops. And if you've watched this podcast for any amount of time, you would know that I love the weather and I love rain. So this is perfect. So that is my Weekender Light. I have also worked on, I really don't know if I've worked on this since I last showed it to you. I may have. Yeah, just a little bit, I think. This is my advent calendar shawl from last year. This is Wavy Wiggles by Stephen West. I'm using this pattern and using all my advent minis from my Boho Chic advent calendar by Lavender Loon for 2021. And I'm almost done. I'm getting there. I think I got about a wedge, a full color. That's how far I got since last time I showed it to you, which, considering all the other things that I worked on, I think is pretty good. I'm gonna move this so I don't forget now. yes, I don't really have any grand plans for this other than just getting it done before this December, because I know advent calendars will be showing up around November. And these needles need to be empty. This bag needs to be empty, which is also another Rows and Seams bag, also made by Elena. I am so excited for this to be my advent calendar bag, basically. So I don't have any plans as of yet for this year's advent calendar pattern. I'm doing a 24-day one and then a 12-day one, and I don't know what I'm doing yet. We will cross that bridge probably when they arrive in November, and I'll figure it out then. But I do, if you are looking for patterns, I will, when the time comes, I'll put together a list of things that I'm looking at. I have a folder saved on my Instagram of ideas, but really, I mean, any big Stephen West shawl that requires a ton of yardage, or you can customize the size to whatever you want, is usually a good bet, because you can kind of be creative with that as well. This is the episode of being creative with the patterns that we use, apparently. And I don't know if I'll be doing that this year, but I could. I just need to double check and analyze what I have and figure out what I want to do and all that kind of stuff. So we will cross that bridge when I get there. That is not yet. There are other things and more yarny goodness coming up in the meantime. So that is my Advent project. I've also worked on this, which is also in a Rows and Seams bag, also made by Elena. This is the last one of hers, I think, bag-wise. But I love this so much. I mean, it's just all the pumpkin spice things. I got this from her trunk show that we had at Pearly Girls a couple weekends ago for our anniversary sale, which was super exciting. This is a test knit. Now we're getting to the test knits. This is a test knit. This is for Joey of Winter Weather's Knits. Winter Weather's Knits. I think it's that. Super excited. It is a cropped, textured thing top. How many times can we use that word to describe what I am making? It is a top. I'm in the middle of a row. Great. I have divided for the fronts and back. I had it, oh yeah, here we go. I think this is where you all saw it last, with this, where this donut one is, which is from Little Bitty Delights. I think that's the last time you all saw it. So I have made a ton of progress. I'm really excited about it. I did not take it with me on the trip. You can kind of see the texture there. It's just a bunch of twisted stitches. And the way, because you are twisting it when you knit one direction, the following row you knit it normally and it untwists it. But in doing so, it twists it back the other way, if that makes sense. It probably doesn't make sense, but when you're actually doing it, it's like, oh, that's why I'm doing it. This is why this all makes sense. We have some faux seams up the side. It's great. Like I said, I'm working on the back, I think. I have divided, and I'm just plugging away. So, just moving along. I am using yarn that we sell at Pearly Girls. It is the Dulce from Barocco. Dulce. There we go. In this kind of like onyx. I think it's actually called onyx. Yeah. This onyx color that kind of gives me like holographic iridescent vibes. And I love it. It is just wonderful. And we actually got quite a few more colors in the shop. So that is very exciting. I am just really loving how this is turning out. It reminds me of like, I knit the Nurtured sweater by Andrea Mowry several years ago, and it's also kind of a cropped sweater. It's a similar shape to this. It's not quite the same, but it's similar, and I really love that shape. I like how cropped it is, and I did add an extra inch of length to the body on this one for my size, but it's not gonna, it's still relatively cropped. Actually, it's still very cropped. But that's one thing you can adjust. If you're not interested in cropping it, you just have to adjust your yardage of your yarn that you're using, and it's a very easy thing to be creative with the pattern that you're using. You know, as you do. So yes, I may also bring this with me to DFW because it is relatively mindless right now. And I could also see myself getting the front. I would love to get the front, the whole body done before Thursday. I highly doubt that's going to happen, but you never know. You never know. And then I can work on the sleeves and then get it done quickly. This is not due until the end of October. So that is good. I did also finish the secret test knit. That is good. The pictures have been taken. All the information has been shared. The pattern is not out yet, but it is very exciting. So I did get that one done. And yes. So next up, I did cast this on. I have made very little progress, but I have made some. So there is that. This is my knit along that I'm doing with, I'm doing from afar with Maker and Stitch, which is my mom's local yarn shop in Edwards, Colorado, or as I say, Colorado. And this is the Snow something cardigan. And you'd think I'd remember, but I don't. Snow Bowl hoodie. Yes. Snow Bowl. I feel like that's very strange. Like, it feels weird to say Snow Bowl. Either way, it's a cable cardigan and it's a hoodie, which is very cool. And there's a zipper, which is also very exciting. I have never put in a zipper before. And I'm very excited to experience that for the first time. I have seen progress pictures of my mom's sweater. She's doing it as well, and it is just gorgeous. She has like this really beautiful mustardy color, and it, like, the cables are so beautiful. So it is very inspirational to see her pictures. Clearly I have not gotten there yet. But I've been busy. I've been working on other things. This is definitely going to get done though, because I really do like the idea of having a cabled hoodie. I think I might have messed up the ribbing at some point. It wasn't working out the way that it was supposed to, that I'm aware of, but I don't actually know that. I need to double check, and also probably get, I really need to print the pattern. I have, the copy that I have is, it's like, it's been scanned because my mom had the book, which was really wonderful that she sent me the pattern, but it is a little bit difficult to read, and for some reason my computer doesn't let me rotate it to read it normally, but that's okay. You know what? We make things work, so I really need to print it. So this is what I have so far. I'm using Kelborn. I thought I had the thing in here. Apparently I don't. I have them over here. I have this lovely bag of yarn for this hoodie that is in these Maker and Stitch bags. They package their yarn so very nicely, and it is really wonderful, and it's just very sweet when you get a bunch of yarn and it comes in a bag like this, and it's a project bag, and it's wonderful. Kelborn. I don't know why I wanted to say Kellenborn. It's Kelborn Woolens. I know this. It's Scout. So I'm just doing like this very light heathery gray. I don't think it has a name. Gray heather. Very descriptive. So This is what I'm using. I'm loving it. I want to make many more things out of this yarn. It is just a great yarn, and I know it's got a great price point. They have lots of colors available. I do know that as well. And clearly, like I said, it gets packaged very nicely. If you don't live locally, or if you do live locally, I know that they also have wonderful knitting groups that hang out, and I wish I lived closer and I could come and hang out with them because my mom goes and hangs out. So hello, everyone from Maker and Stitch. I wish I was there with you knitting. Also because it's much cooler there, and it's not here. So I will pretend that it's cooler by knitting on this cabled hoodie and just making general progress. This is definitely not getting done within the month. This was their September knit along. Definitely not getting done within a month. Unfortunately, there were just too many test knits, too much other stuff going on, but that's okay. When it is done, it will be beautiful, and I'm very excited about it. So who designed the Snow Bowl hoodie? That is a good question. I'm pretty sure it's from an Interweave book, but we will look this up quickly on Ravelry because I know I looked it up recently. Snow Bowl hoodie. I'm pretty sure it's an Interweave book. What do you mean there's no results? Snow Bowl is one word, apparently. It's designed by Anne Podlizak. And yes, it is from Interweave's 100 Knits Interweave's Ultimate Pattern Collection. Free Spirit Knits. So, yes. Just got to get past the ribbing. I think once I get past the ribbing and I get the cabled things established, the cable pattern established, and I also can read my pattern well, I think it will go quickly. So that is exciting, and I'm looking forward to working on that in the near future. Next up, I have another test knit, Living in My Happy Bag. This is for Tiff Neeland. Yes, this is for Tiff Neeland. I'm getting ready to start a design or another test knit for Samantha Gurin. Surprise, surprise. I feel like I do their test knits at the same time somehow. I have done that multiple times this year, test knitting for Tiff and test knitting for Samantha, and I am always worried I'm gonna get them confused about whose is whose pattern. This is for Tiff. I don't think I had cast this on last time I had shown you. If I had, it was very little. I have divided for the sleeves. It is a sweater. It's a pullover, top-down pullover. It's yoked, and we have these garter stitch stripes and regular stripes of the contrasting color, and I am just having a grand old time. And yes, this garter bump or garter ridge right there in the main color is supposed to be there. It was not a mistake. I feel like I've done a relatively good job of making sure my jogs on my stripes are not too apparent. I think you can see it in the camera if you're looking closely, but who cares? It's gonna be in the back anyway. It's a little crinkled. It's been stuffed into my happy bag. I'm using Barocco Ultra Wool DK, which we carry many colors of at the shop. And now I'm just working on the body. Just plugging along. I think I have not even a single row after the sleeve divide, but that's okay. You know what? I was working on other things. I did bring this with me on the weekend, over the weekend, and I had intended to work on it on our way back, but I was just too tired and didn't really work on anything, and it was nice to just sit there, and Sam and I chatted all the way home. It was very nice, because you know what? You don't have to be knitting every single moment, every single day. Sometimes you want to. That's awesome. That's great. Sometimes you're too tired. And that is also okay. So yes, I'm using, this is my main color. I have my purple, and then I have my dark brown. So, Ultra Wool DK, love it. I do have a folded collar, which is really fun. I do need to try this on and double check the length and confirm that before I continue on knitting the body. But I'll probably knit some on it first so it's not immediately after the sleeve divide, because that is always a little bit challenging to try it on right then, because then you stretch out the little stitches you cast on for underneath the armhole and all that jazz. It's just a pain. So what is this going to be called? I think this is going to be called the, I know there's a name. Do I remember it? No. Wow, I just am not remembering really a lot of anything today, apparently. The one for Samantha that I have not cast on yet is called the Fall Frolic pattern or sweater. Do you know that? That was at the top of my email. Stripe. I think it's just called the stripe sweater. Heartwood Stripes, excuse me. The Heartwood Stripes pattern. This is supposed to be released October 12th, I believe. So that is exciting. Keep your eyes peeled. I feel like this would be a good stash buster, because you could do, obviously you could do just 2 colors, you could do 3 colors, you could do 5 colors, you could do as many colors or as few colors as you wanted. Again, getting creative with the patterns that we have. So, would highly recommend. It's just a very straightforward knit. I love Knitting Tiff's patterns. They're very well written. I've test knit for her for a really long time at this point, it feels like. And I just really love getting to work with her. She is a wonderful human being. Like I said, I haven't cast on the one for Samantha yet. I don't have my main color, but I have pulled from my stash a few contrasting color skeins of yarn, like this one. I also have a very old Hedgehog Fiber Skinny Singles in the Dre Renee Knits. Andrea Mowry's little designer name. This was her custom color from Hedgehog. I had that. I also have this Woolen Boon yarn that I got from Loops in Tulsa. This was before they turned into their big, like, flagship shop. I have yet to be there, but I would love to go at some point. But I got some Woolen Boon. This is the Blueberry Jam colorway. I don't know if I want to go neutral or if I want to go, like, really bright. I feel like this is kind of like in between of neutral and bright, and then this is just blatantly bright, which I love. This is the Flamingo Sprinkles colorway from Pineapple Yarn. And I love her yarn. I love all their yarn. Actually, I don't think I've ever knit with Woolen Boon yarn before. I have a couple of her skeins. And I just really like it. So, it just depends. I thought I would pull the accent colors, and because I just need one of them and I don't need a ton of yarn, so I'm going stash busting for that. And I will bring the skeins that are the possibilities and then match the main color, because I'm going to be using a new yarn that we are carrying at Pearly Girls. It is the Lannis Quick yarn, also by Barocco, and I'm very excited about it. So looking forward to knitting with that. Obviously I have a lot to pick from. There's a couple skeins in this block that I want to investigate. But I really like the idea of doing like a really dark one, like a black or a brown or a dark gray, and then having these bright colors as the accent. I think that would be really beautiful. But I think this would also be really beautiful with gray as well. Probably not any kind of taupe, seeing as my Heartwood Stripes sweater is also probably the same color I would pick to go with this color. So probably not that, but this could go with anything. I think this would be really pretty with a green too. Things to think about. I'm working tomorrow, so we will check it out then. Lastly, but by no means leastly, this has been my favorite thing to work on the past couple weeks. especially once I got big things done. Once I got the current mood done and the other test knit done, I was just like, ooh, I can work on my rug sweater. And everyone, I'm not done with it yet. I'm getting there. I'm getting so close, and I'm so happy with it. Like, I cannot even. Can we even? I can't even. I'm so excited to wear this. Like, it's so soft. I'm just so happy with how it's turning out. This is a swan showy type sweater, colorwork sweater by Yunko Okamoto. This is my second rug sweater. My first one was green and cream, and this one is a variety of muted heathery colors and a taupey brown. I just really love taupey brown apparently. The main colors that I'm using were actually a gift from a friend. She was destashing them, and I am loving working with them. They are Cecia Bio Merino Nuage. And I have a variety of colors. I have a couple that didn't end up in the body that will be for the sleeves. The sleeves will not be matching. I do not care. I think it will make it even more amazing in my mind. I'm so excited. I'm currently working with this blue. I have one more skein of the red, which I would love to finish with actually. So I'll probably end up doing that. I am very close to being done though. I think I'm debating putting these little guys on the bottom down here to finish it off. I don't know, because I really don't like knitting these ones. If you've knit colorwork at all, you could see that how long these floats are, and granted I pick up my floats the following row, so it's not a terrible pain in the butt, but it is still a pain in the butt. It's not my favorite thing to do, but it looks really cool. It's definitely worth it up at the top, I think, especially for this. I think it looks really nice, but whether or not I do at the bottom, I don't know. So tune in next time to see what I decide, because I'm literally at that point. That's the next section of the pattern, which is a free pattern, by the way. That's pretty cool. I did change my short rows to German short rows opposed to Japanese short rows. I did do them on my first one, and I have done them in other places. I prefer German short rows. Personally, I think they work better for me. I think I have perfected my German short row technique, and I really like how they look. So I have adjusted everything to that, which is really not that hard, and honestly I probably did it incorrectly, but I'm still doing short rows. I'm getting them done somehow, and I'm generally doing what I'm supposed to do. So I'm so happy with this, and this was such a whim of a cast on, and I think this will definitely be up there with a favorite knit for the year. I think that will be a fun thing to do. I don't think I've ever done that before, of at the end of the year or beginning of the beginning of the year, going over knits from the previous year and like saying which ones were my favorites and which ones I got the most use out of and stuff like that. Runners up and all that kind of stuff. Would that be interesting? Maybe. Let me know. Let me know. The beigey color that I'm using is leftover Lion Brand Woolies from my hoodie, Basic Bee hoodie that I knit earlier this year, which seems like forever ago. It does not seem like earlier this year, but I finished it once we moved into the house. Oops, we're dropping yarn everywhere. So that's crazy, but I mean, we love a good stash buster. We love yarn that ends up in multiple projects, as this one has, and I just really love using Woolies. It was funny actually because I had pulled the 2 colors that I use for my basic bee hoodie as a possibility because I did think about using this purple. But I'm glad that I went with the neutral, so, because it shows up better. I'm so excited about this, everyone. I am so excited. Oh my goodness. It's going to be so snuggly. This yarn is made in Italy, and it is 100% virgin wool. So, organic wool. Chlorine-free wool. So, there you have it. And I have no rhyme or reason for my striping or my color coding. I'm literally just knitting until the color is almost out. Then I'll kind of do a couple rows in the new color, and then I'll change back to the other color, knit until it runs out. Maybe in the middle of a row. Done that many times. Had to break yarn, rejoin it. But that's okay. We weave our ends in as we go. So I'm almost done. I would love to have this done by the next time I talk to you all with all my DFW Fiberfest stories. If you are going to be there, I'm planning on wearing my, why am I forgetting the name? I'm just forgetting everything today. The Salty Air Tee. My Salty Air Tee that I test knit for Samantha Gurin, it's bright yellow. And that is what I'm going to be wearing. So what the rest of my outfit is going to be, I don't know, but I'm going to figure that out when I pack on Wednesday, when this episode comes out. So that is exciting. I would like to take my rug sweater with me as well, just because I really love working on it, but it is very bulky, and I'm going to try and pack as lightly as I can to leave room for more yarn. And I think I also may, depending on, I don't know, if I want to like get something and cast it on, if there's, I know there's a winding station that will be in the convention center, so that is a possibility, and I don't think my sister has a winder, but that's okay. And if not, that's okay. It's not like I don't have other things I can work on, you know? So I think that is all the knitting that I have to share with you all. Clearly it's been a busy past couple of weeks. We've got busy past upcoming weeks. September is halfway over. That is crazy. Where has time gone? It has just been so busy, but in a very fun way. So, yeah, I think that's all that I have to share. Oh, no, that's not true. Silly me. I'm so sorry. We have one of the most exciting things to talk about, and I completely forgot, and I'm glad I remembered. I was looking at it, and it didn't even register in my mind to talk about it. So we're going to take a little drink break, and we'll be right back to share the excitement. So everyone, it is that time of year again. It is that time of year. October is coming. Let me take the tag off this bag. October is coming. And if you have watched this podcast for at least a year around the time of October, or you've been online at all on Instagram or on Ravelry, because it's been trending on Ravelry for a very long time, ever since it got announced at the beginning of the month. It is Mystery Knit a long time. It is the month of the West Knits Mystery Knit Along 2022 twists and turns, and I got a kit, and so I got the bag and I got the little goodies inside, and my box arrived completely ripped open, and I was very afraid that things had fallen out. Thank goodness they hadn't. I was very worried. But that was the problem of the mail carrier. That was no one else's fault. It got delayed, but I did get it clearly, so that's good. I have not done a kit for his mystery knit-alongs before, and I'm so excited. My mom is also doing one, and my sister is also doing one. So I have my little goodies. I have the little needle gauge, which I think is just so cool, and I love how like compact it is. Yeah, it's just really great. And it's got US on one side and millimeters on the other, and I didn't realize that it goes up to a 7. Awesome. I have my sticker, which I will probably put, I don't know where. I may put it on my new planner. I got a new planner recently for the upcoming year, so granted it wouldn't be of the current year that I would use the planner in, but I really like the sticker. And I could also put it on my water bottle, if you, obviously you can see it here, but if you've seen it in person, you know that there's actually quite a few West Knit stickers on here. So I feel like this would be in good company. I could put it there. Yes, because that wouldn't cover up too much, I think. Or I could put it there. No, that covers up that. Yeah, so I may put it on my water bottle. I don't know. Love the sticker. And then this cool little West Knits Stephen and Penelope. Oh, I think it's just West Knits, excuse me. West Knits little tag, which I think are so cool. I don't really have any of these. I have a leather one that I actually got from Maker and Stitch. It's on one of my favorite hats. I don't have very many of these, and I really like the look of them. So if you follow me on Instagram, you've seen my yarn already. I'm so excited. I feel like it's me, but it's also outside of my box a little bit. It's a nice happy medium. I thought about it long and hard. I had several options that I was looking at kit-wise of colors, and I wanted to go with a new to me yarn dyer, which in the end I didn't actually do, but it is a new base. I haven't tried this base from this yarn dyer before, so I feel like that's a new thing to try. I feel like for me personally, the mystery knit along time is perfect for trying new things, learning new things, and so trying a new yarn dyer or a new base is a perfect time. So anyway, I'm using this. These are my colors. I am so excited. I'm so excited. So this is Life in the Long Grass. This is the single, just the singles base. I have Antique, I have, what is this name? Sugar Plum, and then I have Deep Coral. And what was this kit called? He may still have kits. I know that he puts together kits for a long time leading up to this time. Antique Coral, that would make sense seeing as we have Antique. One of the yarns is named Antique and one of them is named Coral. But yes. Also, in some of his videos that he's put together leading up to the mystery knit along and stuff, which are just wonderful and hilarious, and would recommend you watching them if you haven't seen them. He has massive hands, because I don't think I could do this comfortably. He holds 5 skeins of yarn in one hand, and like I'm getting ready to lose these. Like, I can't. It's not very comfortable, but he's just like holding together 5 skeins, no big deal. He's the master. But anyway, here are my 5 skeins. I am so excited. I cannot wait. October 6th, the day is coming. September will be over before we know it, and mystery knit along time will be here before we know it. I do have test knits that are due in October. Would I like to get them done before this? Yes. This new one for Samantha is not due until sometime in November, so in theory I could, the amount of time I would need to knit on it in October would be very little, if I just worked on it every now and again, because I really like to dedicate as much time as I could to this just to fully enjoy the experience and not worry about anything else. So once I get the Dulce one, wherever that went, and the stripey one done, I will just have the one for Samantha to do. So, and I probably should start putting a stop on that for the rest of the year, but we'll see if that actually happens. We will see. But anyway, so it's the most wonderful time of the year. I say it every year, every October. It's the most wonderful time of the year. I'm so excited. Like, I'm so happy with my kit choice. I'm so happy with how this looks. I cannot wait. I'm just so happy. I have done it more years than not at this point, and it's one of those things that I don't even question it. Of course I'm doing it, and I understand that not everyone's into mystery knit-alongs, and I completely understand and respect that. I understand that it's hard to know where to put your colors and what order. It's hard to know how to pick colors and figure out what you're gonna do if you don't know what it looks like. Totally understand that. But for me, this is pretty much the only mystery knit-along that I will do. I love it so much. It is just, it's one of my all-time favorite knitting events and things to do, for sure. And what's also really wonderful is that I have non-knitter friends that I've been friends with long enough that know that this is a thing, and so they know that when October rolls around, they're like, are you doing the mystery knit along? And I'm like, yes, let me show you my progress. Thank you for asking. And it's just really fun because they don't knit, and they still know that it's a big deal for me, and they get really excited, and it's just really wonderful. It's a sign that I have good friends, for sure. So I love this. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. So anyway, I'm gonna put this in my little You're an M-Cal Knitter baby, which I think is very sweet, very fun. It's a very nice bag. I doubt that it will fit in this bag for long. Knowing the size of these shawls, I doubt it'll fit for long, and also hold all the yarn, but I'm gonna keep everything in here for now, and I will set it someplace where I can look at it and get excited about it, and then beginning of October, I think I actually work depending on when I work, I may wind it up at work, but I also can wind it up here. Yeah, I may. We will have to wait and see. But anyway, this is my mystery knit along yarn. I am so excited. So excited. Are you doing the mystery knit along? Are you living vicariously through others? Are you knitting another West Knits pattern, which I think is also fully acceptable and also very fun if you don't want to do the mystery knit along but still want to be in the party or whatever. Not that there's not that it's an exclusive party by any means. Anyone can join, anyone can be a part of it. But if you want to knit a West Knits shawl, not a mystery, or you could knit one of his previous mystery knit alongs, that would be a fun thing to do. That's definitely a goal of mine, is to knit the other mystery knit along shawls that I have not knit, because there's not too terribly many of them, but there are a few that I would really like to knit. Do I have a favorite? I don't know. should pull them all out. I should do that. But at a later day, a later date, time, whatever, not today. That is okay, because I have laundry to do. And we have a lot of things to do before this weekend. So that is upcoming. Hope to see you at DFW. If not, hopefully I will get to meet you at some other time and location. But if you are going to be at DFW, I'd love to meet you and see you and hang out for a little bit. If you would like a pin, I got them. Which would be just really wonderful. I would love that. I have all the various social medias. I have the show notes. I have the yarn store information. All the various things. If I happen to forget anything, or if you just want to say hello, please feel free to send me a message. And yes, I hope you've had a wonderful past couple of weeks. I hope you continue to have a wonderful weekend and weeks and time in between recording now. If you have crafty plans, I hope that they are very successful. I obviously have lots of crafty plans and things to do. I have crafty planning that I need to do for DFW. Couldn't tell you a single pattern I had written down on that list. But I know it exists, and I know I have a picture of it if I can't find the actual physical list, so that's good. Yes, so thank you so much for hanging out with me. Thank you for being here. You are wonderful. You are enough. I hope you are getting some good rest in every now and again. I hope you are getting to take a few minutes, even if it's just 5 minutes for yourself, whether it is crafting or if it's just actually resting. It's just as important. I feel like I'm losing steam, and so I'm talking about resting. Excuse me. Yes. But yes, so that is all that I have for you all. I guess I will see you all in 2 weeks, unless you're going to be at DFW. I may, I don't know what I'm going to do about recording, if anything, while I'm there. We will have to wait and see. I'm not sure. So I'm not sure. No promises, but I would like to put something small together at least. But anyway, we will have to wait and see. Who knows? Who knows? Not I. Even though I'm the one who's going to be putting it together, but we will see. Anyway, I hope to see you at DFW. And yeah, I would love to meet you and hang out and say hi. And yeah, sorry, I have lost all train of thought and energy. So I'm gonna go. I need to fold laundry, transfer over a load of laundry as well, and just move along with my day. I also need to get this edited. In theory, I could do it tomorrow evening, but I should probably do it today. I need to go do that. Anyway, with that, I will see you all in 2 weeks. If not, I will see you in person at DFW Fiberfest. And yes, so I will see you all then. Bye!